what I'm going to discuss next is about tonality. So next point is tonality. I'm going to discuss more in the section of rapport about tonality. Here, I'm going to mention two things at this stage. Two things are very important. First is slowing down. Slowing down, be clear. When we talk, it's very important to have a step to slow down our voice and to be clear. Also, what is very important, if you like to bring somebody's attention and if you like them to be more engaged and to participate and you like them to observe it, to pay more attention, you can change the rhythm of your talking. So before you're delivering your conclusion. For example, would you like to know what is the one thing that attracts attention in a conversation? So for example, the most important thing to attract a conversation, the most important thing to attract attention in a conversation is a pause. Did it work? Did you were waiting? And so pause, have a pause before you deliver a message. Use pauses, change the rhythm, and play with this. Write this on your paper, play with them. Do more research. If like we're going to discuss more on the report. What I like to offer you is something that can be used, is practical. Pause. Pause when you listen, it's important like we discussed at the beginning, and pause when you talk, when you deliver that message, to pause, it catches the attention quickly. Let's continue. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Thank you. When you have a gift, if you give to someone a gift, and if they say, let's say you have two people, you give to one a gift, they say, thank you, I'm super excited, very nice, is what I wanted. And you give to the other person, and just looks and says, wow, and puts it on the side. How do you feel? How would you feel when somebody says open and says thank you, and when somebody just leaves it on the side? This is the importance of thank you in a communication. When somebody shares with you something, saying thank you, it makes them feel better. And guess what happens? If somebody says thank you when you have a gift, and you give a gift to someone and say, yeah, super excited. Are you going to give another time a gift? How would you be? Would you put more thought in the gift to surprise them, to see their face? We like to hear people saying thank you and being happy for what we share. And thank you is very important equally. When somebody tells you something or somebody shares something with you, to say thank you. And when we say thank you, and the point number 10, we're going to move to point number 10, is to use empathy. Thank you. That's such a great story. Thank you for sharing. If somebody shares about their holiday, their experience in holiday, thank you for sharing your experience in holiday. Thank you for sharing. If it's important when we use empathy, to use exactly their words, exactly what they say. If they say they had an amazing experience in Spain, you can say, wow, that's great, thank you for sharing your amazing experience in Spain. You can develop them with one of the questions, with open-ended questions. How else? You can play with that. If somebody feels bad and they say, look, I had a bike accident. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Thank you for sharing. I'm sorry to hear you had a bad accident. How are you feeling? Is everything all right with you? So we show empathy, and this is very strong in communication. So what I'd like to do now is to look back and to recap all the 10 on this occasion. So what was the first important thing? Was the listening. The second one, what is something that we don't like in a conversation? When we talk with fire, what we don't like? Interruption. When somebody talks with fire, with passion, and they stop, what we have to do? To pause. When we don't understand something, we're not clear, what do we have to do? To have clarification. Thank you. That's very right. How we can develop a conversation, how we can bring more fire, how we can bring their emotion, what kind of questions we need to use. Thank you. So open-ended questions. What, when, where, why. Who and how? Are close end-up questions efficient? Can I share something with you? Tonality. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And the last one is empathy. With empathy, we show we understand, we put ourselves on the same level. And these are some very important things. How do you feel? What I invite you to do is to take the piece of paper and looking now back, when we're using this, where is the score? How are you on the score? Using this, where do you think you can be on communication? And what I invite you is to practice this. I know I've shared a lot, and it's quite a lot. And for this reason, I recommend you a little pause to assess and have a journal. Practice this. Practice the pause. Practice listening. At the heart, it's just listening. To pause is just to pause 5 seconds. So you see, they are very simple things. And this is why I discuss with them, because there are many more others. I'm looking what is efficient, what works, what I can remember in important moments, what can I remember. I hope you enjoyed the communication. I hope you enjoyed what I shared with you. Thank you for your patience.